Hey guys, what's up? My name is Odalis. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I know I really don't post on here, but I'm really going to try to make weekly videos for you guys. So today I'm going to be showing you guys my everyday makeup look, which is what I have on right now. I recently uploaded this to TikTok and it went a little bit viral, so I thought I would film this for you guys here on YouTube. So if you want to see how I achieved this look, then please keep on watching. Okay, so we're going to start off by moisturizing our skin. The first product I'm going to be using is the Advanced Snail 92 All-in-One Cream. This product is super moisturizing, so I love to use this under my makeup application, especially because I go in with a lot of powders at the end. So this will just help my skin not look dry, and it also gives you like an underneath glow right under your foundation. So I just really like using this product. I just apply it liberally. I do this as the first step in my makeup routine just to make sure that it really soaks into my skin really well and that it's not going to mix with the foundation. And then the next product I go in with is with a moisturizing cream. I really like this one by CeraVe just because it's really rich and I feel like it holds up really nicely under my foundation, especially because I tend to have a lot of flakiness in my skin. So this really just helps moisturize it really well. And then we're going to kind of let the products just soak into the skin really nicely. And then I'm going to start on my eyebrows really quick. So the product I like to use for my eyebrows is the e.l.f. Soap Brow. And what I like to do is spray a little bit of setting spray on it instead of water. So the one I'm using is the Makeup Revolution Sport Fix. And then I go in with my spoolie. And then I start to brush my eyebrows in the direction that I want them. If you're still using hair gel on your eyebrows, this product is definitely a game changer. I feel like the gel kind of leaves a residue on them. Okay, now that the products have soaked into my skin, I'm going to go in with primer, and I like to use this one by e.l.f. just because it's, again, really hydrating, so it looks really nicely. As far as like blurring, I feel like it doesn't really blur out. It's more to make your makeup last longer, and I feel like it does make it look nicer because it gives you that natural glow. And it's really sticky, so I guess that's really good for your foundation and stuff. Then I'm also going to go on top with the matte poreless primer, or the putty primer by e.l.f. and I just apply just a little bit, so about that much, and I'm going to apply it right on my pores, basically like in my T-zone, just because sometimes I could get a little bit oily in that area, so that just gives me a little bit of extra coverage there. Then we're going to go ahead and let that set for about a minute or so. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and conceal my eyebrows. So I like to use the e.l.f. concealer to clean up my eyebrows, but you can use any concealer. And then I just like to pat in the product, and then I go in with my finger just to kind of help blend that out. And I do bring it into the that inner corner of the eye just to help brighten that area up. And then they look pretty good already, but we're gonna apply a little bit of powder after just to go ahead and fill in those bald spots. Okay, so really quick with the same concealer brush, I'm going to go into my RCMA palette and I'm just going to conceal a little bit of those red marks that I have right before I apply my foundation. Just because I don't want it to look too thick. I want to go more for like a clean, natural look, but I still want it to be pretty good in coverage. So this will help minimize the amount of foundation I'm applying while still giving me enough coverage to make it look nice. And then we're going to go into the nose area just because I am a little bit red on that area. And then the foundation I'm going to be using is the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover in the shade 128 Warm Nude. I'm going to go in with, this is the Microfiber Sponge by Juno & Co. And I am using a sponge this time versus a brush just because I want a little bit more of coverage. And with this type of foundation, just because it's really liquidy, I feel like the brush can sometimes look a little streaky. So I feel like it just gives you better coverage when you do use a sponge. As you can see, it pretty much already covers majority of my breakouts. I am gonna go in there and touch up a little bit where I need it, but overall it has really good coverage. And I'm just being really careful when I go over my eyebrows just because I don't want to disturb where I laid the hair down. I'm gonna bring it down to our neck. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and warm up the skin now. The product I'm gonna be using for that is the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. And then I'm gonna grab that like on a angled brush, if I can find one. And I'm just gonna go straight into the bronzer. And then we're gonna do pat motions just to make sure we don't, again, disturb any of the foundation that we applied. This is just gonna really warm up the skin. I feel like it has a really nice undertone to it. So again, it doesn't have to be like super precise just because we're just using it to warm up the skin. So we're not really contouring with it. So it's okay if it gets a little bit messy. We're gonna go ahead and clean that up with some concealer. I'm sorry if I'm looking this way, it's just that's where my mirror is at, so. And then I'm also gonna go into contour now a little bit. I'm using the Morphe Effect 15 contour stick. And I'm gonna go in directly into the brush, but I'm only gonna apply it a little bit just because it is pretty cool toned. And I'm going directly into the hollows of my cheeks and brushing upwards. I'm only gonna use it in that area. Next, we're gonna go in with some concealer. So again, I'm just using my e.l.f. concealer for that. And I'm just applying a little bit right in the inner corner of the eye and then a little bit at the end as well. I was kind of running out. So I'm applying a little bit on the forehead and then we are gonna bring it down, but not all the way. And then we're gonna start off by blending out the other areas of the face before going into the eyes. I like to have my powders ready just so I can kind of set the face or the under eye. The powder I like to use is the e.l.f. Camo Foundation Powder. But before I blend it out, I'm going to go in with a little bit of blush. This one is the Rare Beauty in the shade Happy. And I'm just going to apply it at the very tops of the face and just blend it out with the concealer. And it's okay if it blends like weirdly. It might look weird at first just because you're getting a little bit of that pink undertone. But once it blends out, it'll look so much better. And then we're gonna go in with the powder. And we're just gonna press that into the skin. This is gonna be done right before we bake. And I just like to use the Laura Mercier for that. So I'm going to apply a little bit on the calf and then use the same sponge just to apply it under the eye. And I like to bring it down all the way down here just to make sure that all my pores are nice and smooth. And then I apply a little bit under the chin and some on the forehead. And then I really press it into the skin. I know some people let it sit on the top and bake, but I don't really do that. The only place where I will bake is right in the inner corner. So like right in that section, just because I feel like that's really the only place I tend to crease a lot. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with face powder. The one I like to use is the Fit Me one. This is in the shade 230. And I just go in with a Morphe E58. It's like a flat end brush. And I just lightly pat it in. Now we're gonna go in with some bronzer. The one I'm using is also by Morphe. It's in their shade Celebutante. And I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush. I really just like this side of the bronzer. I don't really use the shiny part, but if it mixes, it's okay. Really pat it into the skin. I don't do like the brushing back and forth just because I like to keep the coverage of the foundation on my skin. When I do all that swiping motion, I feel like it removes a lot of the product. And then we're also going to go ahead and contour the nose with it. I'm not like really crazy about like nose contour. I feel like precision wise, I just kind of do whatever. Okay, we're now going to go into the Midnight Maven palette by Artist Couture. And we're going to use the shade Quickie. It's like a really light brown color. We're going to apply that on the crease. We're not going to do too much with the eyeshadow. I just want to apply like some color to give it definition so it doesn't look too plain in the eye area. It's like a peachy brown shade. Kind of matches the bronzer that we have. And then now we're going to go into the bronzer and then also apply a little bit on the crease. And we're going to make sure to bring it out into like the temple area. What we're going to do now is finish up the face. So what I like to do is I like to go back into that Laura Mercier. Let's see, and we're going to apply some of that powder onto a powder puff. And I just kind of brush them together. And then I'm just going to set the whole face. And we're going to do the same to the other side. You can also do this with face powder, but I feel like using translucent powder just makes everything look a lot smoother. And then we're going to go ahead and finish up with some blush. So I'm going to go in, this is the NARS Orgasm. We're now going to go into the Anastasia Trio. I'm going to use that middle shade with the same brush. We're really going to focus it under the eye area. And I like to bring it up to the temple. And then we're also going to remove that face powder. And then bring a little bit over the eyes. And the last step for the face, we're going to go ahead and grab our face powder again. We're going to go in with our under eye brush and then pat it in one more time. And then we're going to go ahead and move on to the eyebrows. So for the eyebrows, I like to keep them pretty simple. I just go in with eyebrow powder. The one I use is by Benefit. I do go like in upward motions, but again, it doesn't really make any strokes. And then I brush the hairs one last time. And then that's pretty much what I do to my brows. I'm going to go ahead and spray my face with the Makeup Revolution. I like to spray a good amount of it. If you're not inhaling it, you're not spraying enough. And then I just go in with the blender just to blend it in. So I'm just going to curl my lashes. I'm not going to go ahead and apply falsies because I want to keep the makeup pretty natural. I have a really weird way of curling my eyelashes and it takes me some time. I can't really explain it, but I just try to curl every piece. But we're gonna go in with mascara. I always use the mascaras from Mexico. I don't really have a particular one that I like, just any of those. I feel like those are the only ones that will keep my eyelashes up. Okay, yeah. And then we're going to go in with some lip liner. Again, my lip liner is so small. I don't really know what brand this is. I feel like it's the Italia brand. All I can see is a color. So I'm trying to search for the actual lip liner. But it's just like a really cool toned brown. So that's the one I'm going to go in with. Oh, I have a little hair. So all I have on my lips right now is just lip balm. So that's why they look a little shiny. So that's what the lip liner looks like. And then I'm just going to apply gloss because I feel like it'll look nicer. This one is the Maybelline Gloss in the shade Stone. You know what? I feel like we need a little bit more of blush. Let's see. Oh yeah, so much nicer. So I'm applying a little bit of the Milani Luminoso. Like that just gives you like a nice sheen. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the look today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.